time to start customizing our application, and I'm going to start from this browse screen. I'm interested in the title of my issue that I report. I'm also interested in the status and the date submitted in case I want to filter by date and status. If I need other details, I should be able to see them in the details screen. This here, what I have here, issue description, can be very long in some cases, so it will make a lot of sense to have that whole epistle in this short, in this small line, or it's going to just drag down, cascade down, or wrap down, and I don't need the details right here. I need it in the detail screen. So what are we going to do here? I'm going to zoom, and the title, I'm fine with the title, but I want to change this guy to date submitted. Let me change to date reported rather. So I'm going to come back to this formula bar here. It's in this item. Instead of writing issue description, I'm just going to type date reported. You can see it's coming up because that's one of the columns recognized because it's part of the database, and I'm going to click on date reported. By default, it's going to adjust to date reported. I can then just try to drag it. This is dynamic content. Right, so one thing you will notice here is there's no value here, right? Yeah, so there's no value and it looks empty. Let's just add a value to it so that we can be able to understand the customization. So I'm going to play this and just put it like this. Edit this particular guy, date reported. Let me select a date. Okay, let me just select today. All right, that's fine. Okay, so we have date reported. I can go back now to my browse screen. So date reported is here, and that's actually what we want to be able to see. Then I'm going to click here. That way this particular gallery portion is selected, not the entire one. When I click outside, everything is selected. I'm only interested in this guy. And what do I want to do? I want to insert a label. So I'm going to add a label. And this label is taking normal. I don't need normal. I want to have a text there myself, and this text is just going to be, I'm going to put a quote because it's a string. I'll call it date reported. So that's the label. So I have date reported. So this way, that's the label, and the value is this. All right, so I have the date. Okay, the alignment is not there, but you can always drag to ensure that it aligns. It's because they are not of the same font size, so I can do that by coming here. This font size is, let's check the font size, 21. Was the font size 18? So I turn this to 21 as well. Okay, they will be able to match easily. Yep. So we have that now. So this is the date reported. You can also adjust, and that's why it's just easy to work with. Drag and drop, and you are drag and drop, and you are good to go. Okay, let me make this height this way. All right, I'm still struggling, but these are things you can also do. Maybe you can do this by literally setting the height of this box to the same thing, because I have it here, size and width. If I put 218, 253, if I set that here, 218, 218 and 53, right? So they are of the same length now, and they can easily match up if I put them beside each other. Okay, this is centralized, this is not centralized. So I can also come here instead of top and make it middle. So when they are aligned now, then they are truly aligned. All right, that's the advantage and benefit of doing this. Let me make this bold so that we know it's date reported by coming here to semi-bold. All right, so we can know this is priority value. I don't need this, I need status. So I need the item status. So I'm just going to come back here and change this to status. Is it called status? Assigned to, yeah, status, but status is a choice, so it has value. So we're going to use status dot value because it has values options. So status dot value. So this is new, right? So I'm going to also drag this guy here. Okay, wait, let me adjust this. All right, so I need to insert a label just like I did for date reported. Insert label, and I'm going to call this, oops, Ctrl Z will also help you. Okay, this is the new label. Is inserting by default my description. I don't need my description. I'll just type here status, quote, no, then I have the status. So this is, I think 53 sort of fine. This is 70, 53. Okay, that's fine. Status. Then I can also make a semi bold is the label, and this is the actual value. For this, I can just turn this to 53 as well, and make sure that it's central so that I can have a nice, at least appealing design. Middle, okay, and also the font should be 21. Okay, right. So okay, down the same level now. So I'm having something here. I can select both when I zoom and use that to sort of align them a bit. Okay, I think it's fine there. All right, so I have this now, and if I view my app, you see our detail screen. This is what I'm having here on the browse, and I can easily go in. The detail has not changed. All right, so we have done this first part. The second thing that I want to do is this, my date, issue date. So when I come to here, issue tracker, when I see the details, I can see date reported, assigned to, all these things are here, which is fine. I can also rearrange how this guy looks. But what I want to do right now is, first, when I go to my edit screen, I want to make sure that this assigned to is not there. I don't need to choose assigned to. I don't need to choose status right now. So click on this button here, edit, and it will show you all the fields down this particular gallery, which you can remove. Of course, I want to remove days old. I don't need to put the days old immediately. Date reported, yeah, I'm going to leave that. Assigned to, you shouldn't assign to anybody at the moment. Status, you shouldn't set status yourself. I still have few columns that are not yet here on the app, which is images or associated files. I'm just going to go ahead and add them by clicking on add new. I can see attachment. That is the guy handling the attachment, and right now it has been added. I'm going to just click on it on that particular icon because I want to reduce the space it's occupying. Okay, seems I'm fine here. I can close this. So right now I have limited what I'm putting in when I'm creating the file. How about date reported? I want this date to be automatic. I want the date to be automatic. So to achieve that, I'm going to go to advanced. Before I can tamper with this particular card, I need to unlock it. It's locked. So I have to click on this guy and call it unlock to change properties. So now that I've unlocked it, you know, there are many ways you can then change the property. The property I'm interested in is the date here. I'll then navigate to this parent.default, so it's inheriting default, but my interest is in changing it so that it can take any day the timestamp as at the time this data is being entered. So I'm going to clear this. Remember, we've unlocked it. I can now edit and determine what value it can take, and I'm going to write a condition that if the form mode is new, then it should put now as the time, as the date time. Otherwise, it should just it should leave the item value there. So if edit form 1, yeah, dot mode, I'm checking if edit form 1 dot mode is equals to form mode. This is form mode dot new. So I'm checking is the form this edit form, which is here, that is edit form, that is this entire form is called edit form 1. If the mode is new, what should happen? You should just put now. So now we get to the date and time. Otherwise, it should leave whatsoever value is there. This item dot date reported. Yep. All right. This item dot date reported. I'm going to close the bracket. Now we have it. This is not sufficient. I also want to make sure that they shouldn't even have access to edit, because if they're creating new item, take for example, I'm on this browse screen and here I'm creating new item. Even though it has inherited today's date, but I can still change this value. You shouldn't even have access to it when creating new item. Okay, so how do we do that? I'm going to click on this card, not the data value where we edited, not this card value which we edited and put formula, but the card itself, which is this. Then I'll go to the visible property. Maybe yours is not on default. You can scroll here and check visible property, and I'm going to set it to false. False means, okay, sorry, visible, and I'm going to set it to false. All right, what that means, it has disappeared. It's there, but it has disappeared, so that it can be submitted alongside with the form. But when you are viewing it under the detail mode, you'll be able to see the date submitted. Right, so let's go back to this and play and create a new issue. Okay, you can see it's no longer here. What is this? My new Wi-Fi challenge. I'm having a lot of challenges. Remember, we've deleted it before. Okay, my Wi-Fi, my PC is not connecting to Wi-Fi. Priority, this is actually high priority. Source, nothing. Do I want to attach a file? Yeah, maybe like just, okay, let me attach the CRUD. Okay, have a file here. Then I'm going to click on this dot to check the file has been attached. Then I'm going to, right now it's submitting, which it has submitted. You can see Wi-Fi challenge. Now you see the date is here by default, and when I click on it, I can also see the details. The date is here. It hasn't been assigned. The status is new. The days old is here. And next video, we're going to go ahead and design this environment. I don't like the way it is. I want to just pack it and make it look a bit physically appealing. Right. Okay, thank you, and see you in the next video.